Okay, welcome back guys to another Vanguard episode, or video I guess. So this is pretty much my class I've been running right now. I'm still fairly new to the game, I only got it to level 15. I'm sure there's way better attachments and stuff that's going on. But I wanted to go over what I'm running right now that is actually really solid. So if you guys see my last video, over the first one, I went over the automaton, or however the heck you say this assault rifle's name. It has practically no recoil by default, and the very first attachments you get also decreases recoil. So it makes it to where it's an absolute laser beam right off the bat, which is really good because every other gun aside from like the SMG and a couple other LMGs like the MG42 are laser beams everywhere else. So assault rifles are kind of been, I don't know, nerfed in a pretty good way. They're not necessarily the best anymore. I'm sure like the other ones might be a bit different though, so I don't know, I'm gonna have to get down to it. But this is a fairly early unlocked assault rifle. Is the very first one that you unlock, aside from, you know, having the standard STG-44. So I'll go to here and I'm going through like a couple of detachments. Some of them I'm still running from the very beginning, so real good attachments. So right off the bat, so I want to go ahead and start with the muzzle. The muzzle simply all it does, it gives me increased recoil control. It already makes a laser beam of a weapon even more of a laser beam, so 9 times out of 10 you're going to be landing every one of your shots, so it's really good. So the optic, I'm just running a sight picture that has no cons to it. It's just a 1.5 times close range optic. Again, this is really up to you guys, but I'm thinking like one of the higher like zoom scopes that you can get is like the MK3 sun filter. It's like the the G16 2.5 times scope. It's the second one that you unlock in the actual category here. If you guys want to use that more for long range, you can. If I'm using the Mark III sun filter right here, I think the optic looks pretty good. Or you can always use the reflex or anything like that. That's really up to you guys. The stock, this is the very first stock you unlock. It's, I think, level 2 of the weapon, so it's actually really cool. It gives you initial accuracy and recoil, so I think that means like the very first like initial shots that you take with the gun, you have increased recoil control and accuracy towards the actual weapon, which I'm not really sure what the accuracy does. But there's that. It gives me 1 frame for like aim down sight speed and +1 recover or recoil recovery. I'm not really sure what that means. I'm gonna have to like look that up or something because those are different listings from like, you know, Modern Warfare stats. Cons being hipfire accuracy. I'm not going to be hipfiring a whole lot with an assault rifle anyways, so I'm okay with losing that. And -1 accuracy and recoil during sustained fire. So that's meaning like, you know, I would empty out an entire magazine worth, or like, you know, shooting several of them at a time. It really takes about 4 shots to kill someone with this gun. It's already really high fire rate as is, so you don't really need to worry about that. That's almost negligible for a gun that has a 25 round magazine, because, you know, by the time, you know, that actually kicks in, you only have a couple more rounds left, so it doesn't really matter there. So rear grip, I put on the rubber grip. This is the very first one. This gives me plus recoil control, exactly for reasons you may imagine, just turning a laser beam into even more of a laser beam. Ammo type, this is a little bit further down kind of attachment, but this is the FMJ rounds. It just gives me extra bullet penetration. Just about anything in this game you can shoot through, so FMJ rounds are actually pretty solid to have. I do have subsonic, that's actually the first one you unlock, and it's essentially giving you the suppressor status, or like when you're shooting, it won't pop up a little red dot on the minimap, but it doesn't make your gun silent. So don't put on the subsonic thinking that it makes it silent. Like it says these rounds are quieter and allow for greater stealth. It's not really. So it makes it to where that there's no minimap ping. Your gun still makes the exact same noise as it usually does, but you do not pop up on the minimap. So it gives you the effect of a suppressor for minimap wise, but not with actual audio sounds. So you could put that on there. It gets rid of 1 bullet velocity, but I don't really need to put that on there because unless people are actually running the certain perk radar, I don't really need to worry about that. So I'm just going to go with the FMJ, so, you know, I can actually shoot people through walls. Again, another higher attachment. This is a 45 round magazine. I'm not really sure if I actually want to keep this on here, but it gives you 45 rounds, but with a bunch of downsides to it. Like one being an aim down sight speed, reduction by 1 frame, I think, anyway. Yeah, by 1 frame there. -1 to reload quickness, which doesn't really matter a whole lot. You're not really going to be reloading a whole lot with this weapon. And that's 45 rounds. And -1 movement speed, which is okay. So it has a lot of cons to it, but it's pretty manageable considering you have a bunch of other stuff that has a bunch of upsides to it. And that's what I'm running for my primary right now. My secondary, all it has really unlocked for it is an actual like reflex sight. I don't have anything for that just yet. But yeah, so I really recommend checking out this assault rifle. It's really cool, and this is the build I'm running right now with it. So far, it's been pretty dang solid. So again, there's a lot for me to be unlocked right now. I just got into the game. Right now, I can say this: it is way more fun than Modern Warfare, for me anyway. It's way more fast-paced. Like, this stuff is like moving at breakneck speeds for your actual character and stuff. It's fun, and I hope you guys, you know, want to keep seeing like the whole gun builds and stuff, or just see just normal gameplay. I will absolutely get that in. I actually have a match right now I'm going to be uploading after this video. It's pretty solid. So in there I get a couple of high tier, quotation marks on there, high tier kill streaks throughout the match, and get a pretty good amount of kills there. So yeah, so I want to go ahead and end off this video here, guys. I appreciate all for actually watching. I realized that I actually hit 100 subscribers recently. I want to thank every one of y'all for, you know, actually supporting the channel and subscribing, because, you know, being 100, it's pretty much nothing compared to like other YouTubers, but that's a milestone that I see is pretty solid. I have 100 of you guys pretty much watching all the videos and stuff, and that's really cool to actually see. So if you guys want to jump into a match or anything like that, or jump into a game with me, I'm always, or usually always, open to actually jump in, especially when I just upload a video. So yeah, if you guys want to try to party up or anything, let me know down in the comments. I will absolutely try to see if I can party up. I've already done that with one of my viewers, which is really cool. But aside from that, guys, I want to go ahead and just end it off here. Thank y'all again for subscribing and supporting the channel, and I'll see y'all in the next one.